the matter, Razmir? Oh, hey, Mo. I'm just a little bummed. You see, while Legend of Korra is amazing and super fantabulistically awesome, I kinda wish there were new adventures of Aang and Zuko and Toph. Well, you've always got that comic, The Lost Adventures. Yeah, The Lost Adventures is awesome, but it's just filler stuff. It's nothing new. I wanted stuff that happens after the war. After Ozai is defeated. What happens next?
Hey, Raz!
Lovely.
Hey, how's it going? I've got really good news for you.
You do?
Oh, yes, I do. All right. I know you've been wanting more Avatar comics. Tell you what. I got the new Last Airbender comic. Tells what happens after Aang defeats Fire Lord Ozai. You want to give it a read?
Do I?
Yeah, let's dig in.
Let's dig in. The cover looks okay. It's not terrible, but it's not awe-inspiring. The characters are just sort of standing there posing, and it doesn't really tell us much about what's going on in the story.
Yeah. Aang's just going, I'm the Avatar! Yeah! It's kind of funny.
Speaking of Avatar, he looks like he's aged backwards. He looks 10 years old in this.
Maybe. Maybe that's just the style that we're going for.
Oh my god, he's got Benjamin Button disease!
No, he doesn't. The comic begins with a recap of the show's intro, explaining the war and the world of magic kung fu it takes place in. Then it summarizes the show's finale of Aang defeating the evil Fire Lord Ozai. His son, former villain Prince Zuko, wink wink, is now the new Fire Lord and wants to start a new era of love and peace.
Love and peace! The new Fire Lord and the old Earth King have a boring peace conference about what to do with all the Fire Nation colonies that have been occupying the Earth Kingdom for the last 100 years. With some comedic relief from Sokka, they all agree to ship them back to the Fire Nation.
Picking up right where the show ended of Aang and Katara kissing,
much to the pain and agony of Zutara shippers everywhere,
we see Sokka walking and dump a load of awkward on the scene. He and Katara argue about public displays of affection.
An argument I would have liked to actually read.
And they go to watch fireworks! Yay!
They enjoy the fireworks, but Zuko, being a bit of a buzzkill, makes Aang promise him that if he ever turns evil like his father, then Aang must kill him. Aang reluctantly agrees, and we cut to 1 year later to find that several attempts have been made to kill our favorite scar-faced firebender.
You mean Zhang Zhang?
No, not Zhang Zhang, Zuko!
Aww.
Anyway, tonight is no exception. He makes short work of this would-be assassin and discovers she's a pretty girl.
Quick, Zuko! Kill her before the fans ship you with her!
Indeed.
Zuko arrests the girl and takes her home to confront her parents. The assassin, named Kore, explains that she tried to kill Zuko because his order of forced relocation of the fire colonies is treason against the Fire Nation.
And this is where things get a tad awkward. While I love the moral ambiguity of making entire colonies pay for a crime their ancestors did 100 years ago, I have to really question everyone comparing Zuko to his psychopathic father. Your father was an abusive nutcase who melted off half your face and tried to commit acts of mass genocide. But forced relocation? That's just wrong. That's sick.
Maybe they were just taken in and still under the effects of years of Fire Nation propaganda. It's pretty standard stuff to compare the new boss to the old boss.
You may be right, but it's still weird.
Definitely.
This causes Zuko to flash back to one of the major cliffhangers from the show's finale. Zuko asking the Fire Lord, "Where is my mother?" Ozai's response? The response we waited years for? He just plays coy and asks for some tea, and Zuko storms off while Ozai taunts him. And by the looks of it, Zuko never speaks to him again. I declare shenanigans.
Shenanigans! Shenanigans!
We cut to the comedic antics of Aang and friends as they help relocate other Fire Nation colonists. Things take a dramatic turn when guards come with news that Lord Zuko has changed his mind. This news apparently spreads faster than an internet controversy, and word spreads throughout the Earth Kingdom.
Where we meet my favorite character, Toph, tough as nails, Beifong! Yeah!
Sweet.
I love this character.
We know.
I mean it. There could be like a whole show about her having her own awesome adventures, and I would like watch every single episode every single day.
We know.
She's one bad motherfucker.
Hush your mouth!
I'm only talking about Toph.
We can dig it. Moving on.
Okay. Aang talks to his past life and meditates all Obi-Wan Kenobi style on what to do if Zuko has turned evil, blah 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 blah. A fight scene is coming.
Outside the colony walls is a group of protesters led by Smellerbee and Longshot. You probably remember them as being freedom fighters from the show.
Wait, where's Jet, their fearless leader?
I guess Jet did die.
Wait, he's really dead?
I think so.
Okay. Anyway, Aang and Katara fly into the colony to talk to Zuko, and they are approached by the dumbest guards in Fire Nation history.
I know what you mean. We're pretty sure it's a well-known fact by now that Aang has single-handedly taken out entire armadas of naval and air forces, as well as the old superpower Fire Lord. What do 6 guards hope to accomplish?
Aang insists that he's just here to talk, but do the guards listen? No, they still think they can take out the living magical kung fu demigod with just 6 guys. I especially love this last guy at the end, who still thinks he stands a chance. Katara probably thinks killing him is justified, since he's obviously too dumb to breed.
But Zuzu shows up and rekindles the flames of Zutara by grabbing her hands. Blah! Can't believe I said that.
Oh, you fangirls. Oh, but Aang, he's gonna nip this right in the bud.
And then Aang steps into overkill mode.
Really?
Oh yes.
Really?
Yes. Yep.
Oh boy. Aang goes into his super spirit powered avatar state. Bit of overkill if you ask me. I mean, sure, Zuko is strong, but Aang has been kicking his ass since season 1.
Katara calms Aang down and Zuko agrees that they should talk out their differences.
Which is what Aang wanted in the first place! Anywho, Zuko shows them that the Earth Kingdom ways have blended with those of the Fire Nation, and that both groups of people are better off than they were 100 years ago. The system isn't perfect, but Zuko believes that sending all the Reds back to the Fire Nation would only make things worse, especially since the two races have started to intermingle and marry each other, his would-be assassin being proof. Corey is born of a Fire Nation noble and an Earth Kingdom citizen, and although she is an Earthbender, she is loyal to the Fire Nation.
This makes things deliciously more complicated, and our heroes agreed to talk things out with the Earth King. Meanwhile, outside, we see that racism knows no bounds as Sokka tries to calm down the angry mob, and he's called a Water Tribe savage and assaulted with a rock. Jeez!
But Toph ain't gonna have none of that crap. Nah, she gonna mess you up good. So our heroes basically have 3 days to achieve world peace, or the protesters will riot and take matters into their own hands, little punks. Things look kinda down in the dumps, as the peace our heroes fought for seems to be slipping through their fingers. So to lighten the mood, here is Toph licking Katara completely out of context. Dun 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 dun.
Seriously, you think Zuzu would have redecorated the palace in the last year to be less doom and gloomy? Anywho, seeing him stressed as can be, May comes to comfort him.
May is Zuko's wife.
Ahem.
What, fiancé?
Ugh.
Girlfriend? What, did they not get married over the year? Or even engaged? Anyway, whatever she is, she decides to be the best gal pal ever by hiring super hot geisha guards.
They're the Kyoshi Warriors!
Whatever. She hires them to guard him while he sleeps. Nice. Ty Lee, I had a bad dream. You and 3 other Kyoshi warriors get in here. Strip naked and bring the olive oil.
With pleasure, Fire Lord.
Excellent.
Razmir.
Okay. In truth, the young Fire Lord still can't get a good night's sleep. And goes out for a drink of water. The geisha guards don't follow him, nor do they seem to notice he's gone long enough to grab a coat, a tea set, and walk off to the dungeons where he asks his psychotic father for advice?
Shenanigans!
I call it shenanigans. And sure, the comic leaves us with more questions and few answers, but it's still great and it's still wonderful to see what happens next in the story.
You know what I like is that the progression is great, but I've got to question the logic of why no one has asked wise Uncle Iroh for any advice on anything.
I know! The guy practically vomits fortune cookies of golden wisdom every 5 minutes in the TV show, and now that people can actually use some of his help, they don't even think to ask. Oh well. Maybe part 2 will sort of clear things up.
Oh, Raz.
What?
Oh, I've been aching to tell you, but I've got really good news for you.
More good news?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Uh-huh. Check it out. Promise part 2.